Football Chelsea are confident in signing Bournemouth's Dean Huijsen. Chelsea is accelerating their chase of Bournemouth's Dean Huijsen. They look more and more confident of outpacing rivals Liverpool to his signature. The 20-year-old has made a mark with great displays this season, and his name is now ringing through top Premier League clubs' scouting reports. With a £50 million price tag, the race is on, but Chelsea's ambition has provided them with an advantage. The Blues are determined to emerge victorious in this game of tug-of-war for one of Europe's most promising young defenders. Current situation: Dean Huijsen has emerged as one of the Premier League's most highly sought-after defenders. Signed from Juventus, the Spaniard has thrived in Bournemouth. His performances have alerted several top-flight clubs, with Chelsea now spearheading the charge to sign him. The Blues have reportedly had fruitful discussions with Huijsen's agents and are hopeful of getting the deal done. With the club looking to construct a long-term squad, Huijsen's signing would fill a vital gap in defense. Meanwhile, Liverpool is also tracking the youngster but has been slower to act. Real Madrid also had an interest in him due to their defensive woes, though Huijsen snubbed them as he wanted to stay in England. This might give Chelsea the opportunity they need to finalize the move. It's understood that they are even willing to trigger Huijsen's £50 million release clause to ensure no last-minute snatch happens. With the player's adaptability and composure, he fits seamlessly into the Blues' evolving tactical blueprint. Future impact: getting hold of Dean Huijsen would be an enormous Chelsea statement. In recent seasons, they've pursued gifted youngsters with intensity, trying to build a squad that will be ready for today but also have tomorrow in mind. Huijsen is right in that groove. He's neither a stopgap nor merely the foundation, but instead a cornerstone in the making. Huijsen, in coming to Chelsea, would be arriving as a defender with balance. He has a seasoned veteran's poise combined with a young, eager teenager trying to make it big. He's at ease on the ball, reads the game very well for his age. Also demonstrated that he can cope with the pace and physicality of the Premier League. Tactically, Huijsen's adaptability is a huge asset. He can fit into Maresca's system, providing them with options when it comes to organizing the team. His inclusion would also take pressure off other emerging defenders, sharing the workload and enabling strategic rotation. For Liverpool, missing out on Huijsen would potentially make them have a rethink. The Reds are planning for a future beyond Virgil van Dijk, and Huijsen was considered to be one of the few out there who would develop into that role over the years. Losing out would not merely be missing out on a target, it would mean letting a competitor grab a future defensive building block. At its core, the fight for Dean Huijsen isn't about the now, it's about crafting the defensive futures of two of England's big clubs. As of now, Chelsea is believed to be in advanced talks with the Dean Huijsen camp and could finalize personal terms soon. Liverpool, meanwhile, has yet to formalize an offer. Sources close to the situation say Chelsea's intent is clear. They want the deal wrapped up before the transfer window officially opens. With Huijsen's price tag firmly set at £50 million, this could be one of the early blockbuster moves of the summer if all goes to plan. Stay tuned as we await the next twist in this transfer saga, which is far from over. Exclusive claims Chelsea are trying to get Dean Huijsen in for the Club World Cup. An exciting exclusive for Chelsea fans. This morning claims they are trying to sign Dean Huijsen in time for the Club World Cup this summer. The Blues came from a goal down to score to very late goals to win the game 2-1 against Fulham at Craven Cottage on Sunday afternoon in what was a very dramatic game of ups and downs. But for 80 minutes, it was a lot of downs for Chelsea and the woes were continuing. Thankfully, they managed to get 2 late goals from individual brilliance to win the game. The report says that while Chelsea's interest in Dean Huijsen is not new, the idea is that he could play for the London club, even in the Club World Cup, for which a transfer window is specifically open for participating clubs. It would be some coup if Chelsea managed to pull this signing off at all, let alone in time for the Club World Cup, but they are certainly working on doing that right now. Chelsea have already confirmed transfer decision for their own Dean Huijsen in clear £50 million reality. Chelsea transfer news as Dean Huijsen chase leaves questions of the plan for Josh Chimpong with £50 million on the line. Chelsea's centre-back stocks can both change a lot and also not very much at all in the coming months. On one hand, they might sell 3 and buy at least 2. On the other, there may only be one change to the current options under Enzo Maresca. Firstly, Axel Disasi is expected to leave. He was free to go last summer, and that did not change come January. Aston Villa and a last-minute loan saved him from sitting on the bench for the rest of the season, as he had largely done before then. Trevoh Chalobah's future still appears to be away from Stamford Bridge, no matter what he does. The Cobham graduate has not stood out since returning from Crystal Palace over the winter, but has held his own in an unsettled team. Then there is Renato Vega. He is at Juventus for now, but given that Chelsea were happy for him to depart permanently just 6 months after being signed, it wouldn't be a surprise for that to come in the summer instead. The list of players they like for possible additions is long. Mark Guéhi is among them. So is Ousmane Diomande of Sporting CP. Then there is Dean Huijsen. He is the flavor of the month. After a hugely impressive first season at Bournemouth, the Spain defender looks set to be on the move again. Coming in from Juventus for a cut price of just £12 million, his £50 million release clause is almost certain to be triggered soon after the summer transfer window opens. If it doesn't happen in the new Club World Cup window, it will just 10 days later. Huijsen has been one of the best centre-backs in the league this season and was a key part in Bournemouth's rise to outside European challengers. All of this is despite only making the starts before December. Since then, he has been ever-present, following an injury crisis in the squad. Two-footed, tall, and aggressive with his ball progression and dribbling or passing, Huijsen is the archetypal modern defender. He can cover space in one-on-ones, pressure opponents with gaps behind him, and then drive forward in possession. He has an array of passes in his locker off either foot and loves to punch them forward, breaking the lines. At 20 years old, there is no shock that Chelsea are well in the race to buy him. Huijsen fits the desired age bracket of the Clearlake Capital Todd Bowley ownership, and Chelsea have a good relationship with Oli Berra, the man who took Huijsen to England in the first place. Berra represents Nicholas Jackson and has brokered deals with other players involving Chelsea recently as well. There is a lot to like here. However, one who may not be as thrilled with this news is Josh Chimpong. He is 18 and stands as a strong one-on-one defender with ambitious passing range and a desire to surge through the thirds on the ball. He is a little over 12 months behind Huijsen in age, but the experience gap is widening. Albeit Huijsen was not a regular at Juventus or Roma before moving to Bournemouth. Far from it. He has been at a club where his game time is more assured. Chelsea have also had injury problems this season, and Chimpong hasn't been turned to as often as he would have liked, despite entering the season as the logical third-choice right-sided centre-back behind Tosin Adarabioyo and Wesley Fofana, and third-choice at right-back behind Reece James and Malo Gusto. Chimpong did not get the minutes his ability really deserved. Instead, Chelsea froze him out of action across the senior and youth teams in a bid to push him towards signing a new contract. In the face of interest from Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and others, Chelsea wanted commitment from Chimpong before rewarding him with appearances. In December, he penned a 4.5-year deal. Chimpong was soon in the team and started 3 games in quick succession. He found himself in the Premier League as well, but just as swiftly was out of it. Maresca's use of a strong Conference League squad has seen him not utilized in Europe's third tier as much as many had initially thought. either. Now, with Chelsea chasing another young center back, it is he that is most threatened by Huijsen. Even with the injury problems for Wesley Fofana, it is hard to see how Chelsea developed players of such an age in the same team whilst also incorporating Ish Samuel Smith and challenging at the top end of the league. Maresca was glowing about a chimpong after the first leg against Legia Warsaw, but that does not necessarily mean it will transpire into being favored over Huijsen or even his teammates. The one I fell in love with tonight was Josh Chimpong, Maresca said, notably after a question about Tyreek George. For me, potentially, he can be a fantastic player for this club and in football in general.